On to photos number 4 and 5. It's almost kind of a two-parter, but Nipsey Hussle, the late great Nipsey Hussle, LA icon and legend. I know that you and him and his camp just had a very close relationship and bond. So just would love to learn how you got connected with him and his camp, and how an opportunity to work with him came about.
So I met him, my son and his daughter went to kindergarten together. So I met him as Imani's dad. And we just got close because our kids were close. So I got really close with his family. I got super close with his sister Samantha. And it was just, you know, they would invite us out. And it wasn't until, so I actually worked at Vector 90.
For those who don't know, Vector 90 is
Nipsey Hussle's co-working space in South Central Los Angeles. So obviously we're closed due to COVID because our purpose of being open is to connect with people. So yeah, his sister, you know, she was like, you know, you have a good personality, you're good with people. You know, my brother has this co-working space, so yeah, just start on Monday. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, okay. So I go on Monday, and him, Nip, and Sam come in, and they're like, yeah, Ann, like, you're in here, like, you know, and I thank them for the, you know, for giving me an opportunity. And Nip would always say, like, you know, it was a specific reason why he had people, or it was a specific reason why he had certain people at certain positions. And I was just grateful that I had a seat, even though it was extended into his business. But I was just grateful to be in his presence. And he would come in there sporadically, and we would always have, you know, we would always just chop it up. And he's an excellent leader. I mean, he had so many plans for the community. I was in meetings with him. So, you know, it's really sad that he's gone, but the impact that he left is amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. And tell me a little bit about this photo. I know it's right in front of the Vector.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to learn just, you know, this moment specifically.
So in this moment specifically, they were filming a documentary on how this co-working space came about with him and his partner, David Gross. So I remember that day, they had called me and they were like, hey, come to Vector. My shift was over, so he was like, come back to Vector and you can shoot. And he already had his team there, like all his guys there. And I knew them, obviously. But he kept talking to me, and he kept saying, he was like, Ann, like, are you good? Like, you need me to do anything? Or you need me to pose or anything? And I was just like, you know, I was in their environment, so I'm like, oh, just, you know, okay, you do you. But I realized that he was doing a look for me. And every time we were out or any event or anything like that, just to show like how an amazing stand-up person he is, he knew that he doesn't necessarily need pictures from me, but he knew that it would help me, and he knew how I was getting into photography and all that. So when he said that, he was like, hey, Ann, do you need me to do anything? And I was like, no, whatever, just do you. And he just stood there, and so I just took pictures, and then he looked at me like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, that's what you need to do. Yeah. So yeah, I'm grateful.
That's an amazing moment. And was there a lasting impact that Nipsey sort of left on you creatively, whether that was work ethic or otherwise? So
he definitely did what he wanted to do. He didn't let anyone tell him that he can't do something. He did it anyway, and he did it how he wanted to do. So I think with learning or seeing him do that, like, I'm learning to be, just do what I do, and that's it.
Yeah, no, that's super important. I love that. Yeah, and I think that kind of ties back to what we were talking in the first half of the interview, you know, just like comparing yourself to other people or stressing out about am I good enough. Like, I think it's a good reminder just to do what you want when you want it when it comes to it, you know, and everything usually turns out the way you want it
exactly.
So yeah, always bet on yourself, I think, is
always
super
bet
key.
on yourself.